King, do you use baby oil on your muscles? um, if I'm ashy, yeah, sometimes. That's a little weird, bro. What do you mean can I bounce on my chest? That's weird. Stop with the weird shit, bro. Let your girl ask me that, or your mom's. Like a dude asking another dude, do you put on it? This is weird. Please stay focused. That's wow. Like you gotta chill out. You gotta find yourself. You heard? Talk to me. Ask me some real questions. Salute King. Let's go. What's good, Benny? What's the block? What's good? What up? Talk to me. You get into that passion, get into that glory. Get my likes up. If it's 22 people in the building, let's go. Like this. Cost you nothing. Akeem Spring, what's your favorite muscle to flex? I don't know. There's no favorite. Flex all my muscles, I guess. Stay. Ask a real question. That's just weird. Come on. Do you know any quick meals I can make to get 15,000 calories? Fitness is not quick. All right, trying to get meals in that's going to take 1,500 calories. You think you're going to absorb all of that? You think you're going to have one meal and it's going to have enough efficient amount of nutrients that your body is going to absorb and you're going to get all of the nutrients? It's not going to happen, bro. You're going to have to break it down. Your body's not taking in 1,500 calories at one time. No one has that absorption rate. You hear me? Your body will dispense of it. You will have to use the bathroom after, and you're going to lose out on all the protein. You have to break it down. That's why I tell people to start implementing having four, building up to trying to have more. If your goal is to put on mass, you need to eat. There's no shortcuts. There's no quicker schemes. There's not, maybe if I sip a little bit in the morning and drink a little bit more at night. You have to put in the calories to put on the size. There's no easy route. Stop trying to make an easy route. Trying to get a bus pass to get jumped. You're not getting there without no efficient way of doing it, man. Bodybuilding been done a certain way and nobody's able to do that, all right? Stop trying to do it the easy way, okay? Take the route and slowly get your gains because that's the ones that's going to last a long time. You know, sometimes I could take off 2 weeks, 3 weeks and still look great. You know why? Because I've been consistent. You know, if you're consistent, the body will mature and you have that dense muscle and the muscle that stays. It don't just go after a week. Be consistent with repetition, consistency. That's like, yo, I'm gonna drink enough water for the whole week today. That's not possible. Your body won't sustain it. You're gonna piss out some. You can't do it. It's impossible, okay? So stop trying to have 1 meal for the week and then thinking that your body's gonna sustain that and building mass. It's not happening. For the pain and all that chicken, let's go. Gotta be consistent, man. I wish I could just do 1 week out of the year and I could be in shape for the whole year. That's not possible. That's not how the body works. You will have to work out for the rest of your life to continue to look great. You hear me? And that's including me. Nobody has that exception, all right? You think you go work out once a week? Some people can be able to do that if your endurance and your workout is so, challenging on the body. But after a while, you're going to have to step it up because it's going to be maintenance after a while. Maintaining just that, you're going to have to keep on making it even tougher. So expecting to just have to do minimum and with the greatest in the world was working 4 days, sometimes 5 days on their physique. So you think you're going to beat them? It's not happening. You could think that you're the exception, but you're not. You got to put in the work like everybody else. I'm at 2,000. It's my first day trying over 3,000. How many meals did it take you to get there? Let's go. Appreciate you. Who's that? With the super chat, $10. Appreciate you. That's love. There's 32 people in the building. Talk to me. Get my likes up. I'm too fat to work out. Hustle man, Reem. Let's go. Training alone, gain alone, gets me fired up. The words are powerful, bro. Appreciate you. Let's get it, man. We got to do it alone. This journey is not with everybody. It's with yourself. You have to continue to do this. If it was great to be, around other guys who do it all the time, that'd be great. But schedules don't allow you to, everybody has a different, job situation, different borough, different city, different, family situation. The way y'all, everybody ain't got the same time that you have. Some people could work out in the morning. Some people work at the night. Some people got the afternoon. Everybody got a different schedule. I'll make sure that no matter what, though, with or without, I continue to stay on my journey. Brother man, what you, WTW, what you love from Boston. Let's go. What up, yo? From Boston. Salute. Bankroll 33, what up? Let's get it. Definitely, man. It's continuous. The most I've ever got to was 7 meals. I was shooting for 10, but the 7 was really tough. I had to be on a schedule, and the stuff is part. I actually think eating consistently is harder than actually training, because the training, you just do it one time. The consistency of being on time with your meals is the hardest. You got it. You said you're looking to get, trying to get back to working out again. How do I feel back about the drive? Consistent, man. Just take it one routine and one workout at a time. The better you be consistent, the more you get out of it. Come on, people. It's 36 people in the building. Get my likes up. Get me to 36. That ain't nothing. Come on, press that like button and let's talk. Definitely working on self-improvement, mental and food discipline. The training ain't an issue for me. That's a fact. That's the easiest part. If you're not eating, you're damn near shooting yourself in the foot. All these reps and sets does nothing. You're not getting away with just eating a tomato or some beans for one meal and then thinking that you're going to put on this imaginary muscle. It's not happening. Be consistent. Consistent, consistent, consistent. I don't care if you're able to get to the gym, you do something at home. We could get it done. If you need to set it up where we getting it done together, like I don't care. We're gonna start making it where we start doing push-up challenges, squat challenges, and making sure that you stick to that. Are you Muslim? No, I'm not Muslim. I have a lot of Muslim brothers, but I am not Muslim. What exercise can I do to get back into working out again? Whichever ones that you want to get back into it, I mean, I'm a fan of both. Calisthenics is a great way to implement building, and it's a great foundation, but it's not for everybody. I've learned that. I learned that everybody doesn't care to do 1,000 pull-ups, 500, 200. It's what's your goal. If you're looking to put on weight, calisthenics is great, but it's not the end all. You could be doing calisthenics weighted. You could be doing actual just weighted exercises. Just making it intensive. Make it intense. Implementing a resistant band, or putting weight on your back as you're doing certain movements. You can make it as advanced as you want, and you can make it as easy as you want. Depends on what you're looking to do. That's a fact. It is a patience, and it's a journey. It's a journey in building yourself. It's a journey in understanding yourself, understanding how certain things work for your body. Something that could work for your friends may not work for you. Let's go. Get those likes up. Something that works for you ain't for everybody. You think that, oh, these are my boys, I knew them for, that's not for them, you know? And a lot of stand, you have to understand too that you could discourage somebody by trying to pin them on a routine that you're doing. You know me and my friends, I try to put on to the routines I'm doing and they're like, I'm not you. And I had to realize, this journey ain't to bring everybody on. If they want the advice, you definitely give it to them. But in most of the time, you got to do this alone. You got to fight this uphill battle alone. And you'll be so much more powerful when you join others who love this as well. They're going to smell that passion. They're going to either try to fight with the same type of energy or they're going to give up. In either way, in either case, you still being consistent to what you said you wanted to do and how bad you want it. What's the best way to get over a breakup? My last two relationships, I was cheated on and my self-esteem is low. I work out every day and I'm pretty good shape, but I don't know how to shape this. Gotta focus on yourself, man. Relationships are tough, but at the same time, don't let it overwhelm you with giving yourself all of that for that person. You got to give yourself, you got to feed yourself. And a lot of times in dealing with relationships, you jump into another one just trying to heal yourself from the other one. And you're bringing on trauma from your first relationship. And sometimes building with yourself, get really good with building with self, doing things alone, finding out things that you like by yourself, and continue to work on them. You're a stronger person when you're alone sometimes. So you need to build yourself up financially, mentally, physically. Meditation, yeah. I mean, I want to meditate more. I want to get into that 30-minute, 40-minute realm. But at the time, I want to get in maybe 10, 5 minutes. But I really want to build up my meditation time because sometimes even when I feel like I had enough rest, I go into meditation and I'll fall asleep. So I'm really building up on that as well. I want to be able to do this for hours, I think it's another realm of self-healing when you meditate. It's another way to stimulate yourself, and I could do it moving meditation, which works best for me in certain spots because sometimes I'm always on the go, but my meditation is listening to calm music as I go through certain flows and resting and breathing techniques. But I really enjoy meditation. I just want to really do it more and actually set out the times to do it as well because life happens, and then I have a daughter now, so it's a lot more, thinking about other ways of, making a situation better for my family and myself, obviously, but continue to make up ideas and, get outside of your comfort. That's the toughest part, I'm used to a certain way of doing things. Now I have to switch it up a little bit and, build, build, continue to, that runs in my mind, build. How can I expand? How can I make it more, more for the people? How can I get people involved, getting people locked in, changing the mindset, changing the body, changing eating habits, and still being human too, because at the same time, you're going to still love some of the things that you used to do back in the days or, a year ago, but, just working on the new, I want to get more into, yeah, so many good books right now. Like, I mean, I just bought actually a couple of books that I really want to lock into and really, because sometimes you read a book and you get a lot from it, but then you want more out of it because you got to read it again because your thought patterns are totally different. And building up different ways of, self development and finding different paths of doing things and like being okay with being different, like if it's not what you put on your clothes, as far as that, what you're reading. I love self-help books. I love that shit. Like I love different things. Like I was looking at this Stoic book that I actually just got. Where is it at? And where is it at? Where is it at? What's the name of it? I was reading this, which is a dope book, man. I mean, I'm just starting on this one, but I really think this is a really good one. So this is a journal like a Stoic, pretty dope. And it just basically, goes in. I mean, I haven't read too much about it, and then I love the fact that you're able to write in it, which is dope. Get notes and making sure that you keep those notes, and keep it going as you're reading it. So it's not only just a book, it's a journal almost. And just writing down certain things that goes through your head, building your inner man. Don't just be about just the physical part, which is amazing. Don't get that twisted, because it's not only, I tell people that the physical came later, the mental part of it. This is my journey of therapy at one point, because I was able to express myself and dealing with, rather than talking to somebody about it that sometimes never gets anything done. I put it into working out, training, getting my mind clear. I never had a workout to this day that I regretted, because it was something that I needed. I needed a path. What's that? Akeem Supreme. Money sign Akeem Supreme. What's that? What? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it said Cash App. Um, it's a journey in being who you want to be and building up that inner man. And I'm still on that journey. Don't think I'm complete, or I'm still like something godly that nobody else is doing. No, I'm building myself up still. I contemplate so many different ideas. What do you think about alcohol? I think everything in its time. I have a drink here and there, but at this current time, I'm cutting back. I don't want nothing that. I'm really starting to get to a space where it's like, what are you celebrating? We need to really. I need to. Let me rephrase that. I need to get to a place where what are we building? We're celebrating by drinking all the time. We got to get back to really getting to our thoughts. We got to get these dreams, these visions that's stuck in our head. I don't know about y'all, but I had visions in my head that continue to replay over and over about what I'm supposed to do, because I have so many ideas that I want to be expressed, but it's going to take time. It's going to take patience. It's going to take, money, obviously. That's the biggest one on account. And, building something that's going to be sustainable where it continues, and it's a jumping into faith and believing that that's what I'm meant to do. I believe that you need to find your purpose and dive into it at all costs. That's what's up, G. Let's get it. You should have a different end. If you're the same person that you were at 21, you dead. You're not physically dead, but you're mentally dead. You should be always learning something new, and you should have a different perspective. My perspective of what I am now compared to where I was back then. Come on, game changer. Another great book that I think changed my mental game is obviously the autobiography of Malcolm X, because we're in Black History Month, but just a great book in general. Just a person who was able to change his mind, his mentality, his his thought pattern, and teaching himself, sitting in a room and just reading and building your inner man. He didn't go to school, but he self-taught himself. You know, that's amazing. You got to give a man a different type of respect when you can build on yourself and learn things that you wasn't taught. You just build and reading. Any loose time he said that he had, that he would basically read and indulge in trying to get as much information as possible. The only hero I ever had was Malcolm X. What is it? One of my other favorite books, The Alchemist. Oh man, this book, which is a dope book, The Alchemist, amazing book. It just gives you a different perspective of someone's journey ain't always what it seems to be, and it brings you on a journey of something you like. What is this book getting to? It's just following your purpose, following your passion. It just gives me another uplifting, space of understanding of where I need to be, and sometimes we want to be somewhere so much faster than it, it's not our time, it's God's time, and building yourself. We have 44, get those likes up. Um, I actually just caught these other books too. The Art of War is the seven military classics of ancient China. I just got the whole complete collection actually. I got that actually on sale too. This one was like $20. Yeah, this was dope right here. This is a little package I got myself. It's hardcover books. I like audiobooks, but it ain't nothing like the physical. I like the physical. So it always feels just like you really have it in your hands is different. And completing a book with actual paper and an actual cover feels way different, just like than an audio book or a PDF, which is all great if you have like some training ideas and things like that. But it's nothing like the physical. A physical form is always great for me. I don't know. I'm old school. I mean, I ain't that old school, but I like the physical more than sometimes the digital. That's a fact. Ain't nothing like a physical. If I had a choice, I was thinking of Midwest. I want to see how Texas is, man. Um, I have a journey that I need to go there for. I don't know why. Something pulled me there. I liked Cali. Cali was great, but I love the people who are from there. But the weird people who think they can change who they are and act like they're somebody else there. That's the funny thing, you know. One thing about somebody who's from New York, we're gonna point you out like, nah, that ain't who you think you are. But it is what it is. What was your experience like going to the East Coast Mecca to prepare for IB program winning championship? And also, would you think about competing again in Olympia? The experience was great. It's a learning experience that I found that I needed at the time. But you just gotta make sure you're going in there with a mindset of it's not just about competing. It's about selling yourself and building you know something that you can have for a lifetime. If you're going in there with just the plan of just winning, that's just not enough. It's not going to sustain you. You're not going to build anything. You're not going to have any kind of wealth. You're just going to be spending a lot of money. You have to go in there with the idea of selling something, proving yourself to be, more than just an athlete. You have to be business wise and staying true to your brand and making sure that you build a brand, something that people, don't be like everybody else. Be exactly you, but professional, trying to be as great as you possibly can and be, real enough to talk to the people because I don't want people to be thinking they can't talk to me. I want to be able to be transparent, tell them the truth about anything I was doing or how I get to that level. And what's attainable for me may not be attainable for you because, you're going to get that your whole life, it was impossible to get there without being on drugs. I'm not going to explain that. But at the end of the day, it's on your journey and what you're willing to do to get to your journey. I went to Olympia, it was great, but, I had better experiences other places. I competed in calisthenics. I went to the highest stages. I was one of the top heavyweights ever to do it, beating guys who are sometimes 80 pounds less than me. But I made it work for me. I didn't make no excuses. At the time, there were no weight classes. I would just go. I'm here to compete. Whoever's there, that's what it was. I'm going. I'm here to win. That's always been the mindset. Same thing that anything I go into, I'm here to win. I'm here to win. And that's going to be my mind state for the rest of my life. I can't do anything just to say I was there. I'm happy to be here. I never had that mentality for anything. And I will continue to push myself in that space and being, the best and being the best you know. And sometimes, everybody ain't made for competition either. Everybody ain't made to, compete with the best of the best because everybody ain't built for competition. People are not in that space. What do you think about sexual energy, semen retention? No fact. I think it's great, especially for young people and even old. You need to put yourself first sometimes, and I think having sex often, you lose train of thought, you lose motivation, you lose power. I appreciate that. I think a lot of men needs to get into a space of putting all their energy back into what they need to be doing. That's into your passion, into whatever you want to be doing as far as your relationship, and learning to have boundaries sometimes. Telling your lady, yo, I'm not having sex for 2 weeks and see how she responds. You gotta have a strong one with you. You gotta understand that, if she don't understand, you gotta put her on tune to how you doing and how you move. I'm not just having sex because I said it because I need to get my mind right. And if she can't understand that, I mean, I'm not accepting that. And to each his own. You may accept that, but I'm not. If I tell her like this is what I'm doing and then this is in the space I am, and I need to put all my energy into what I need to be doing, she better respect it. I love me. I can't love anybody if I don't love me. So you have to make sure you're in a space of be able to take that risk and be able to say those words. You know, some people are scared to lose someone, but you can't lose yourself first. Make sure that you stay true on your path. I'm not saying some people may need to do it for months, some people may need to do it for a year, some people may even want to go longer, but it's a limit. Make sure that you understand it's a tool and don't overuse that tool. You have a lady, don't tell her I'm going to do this journey for a whole year. You may be looking to be alone, you know, or getting cheated on. You know, it might be a certain circumstance that every woman ain't gonna agree with. You know, but I'm okay with that because I'm gonna believe in self first. Because if I don't make it, it really don't matter. So be in tune with yourself, be in tune with your relationship, making sure that you're able to, you know, your journey is your journey. And a lot of times you gotta understand when you hold your semen, your dedication to whatever you're doing is so much stronger. You're way more engaged with your training. Is so much more clarity that goes on. So sometimes you need to hold it. You need to build. You need to, you know, come up with a plan before you start going into it every day, you know. And then sometimes you need you need sex. I think that's a human function. You still do need it, but don't let it be an addiction. Don't make sure that you put all your time and thoughts on that because that's all you'll be. You want to put them into the ideas that you have, the dreams that you have, the goals, the passion. You know, you got to understand that you got to put it in your purpose. Your purpose need all of that energy. It's been 7 retention for 3 years. My ex-girlfriend didn't understand. 3 years on all that's pretty tough, man. I don't know. You she ain't gonna understand. That's a long journey, and that type of time of 3 years, you got to be alone. I think that's almost selfish to think to have you have a relationship and not please your, you know, or have sexual relations with your lady. You got to make sure you tell her like y'all need to be alone because 3 years is something different. Let's go. Perception twist. I mean, I am who I am, but you know, you, I only could be who I am. I don't try to be anyone else. I have my own ideas, and I've learned it's okay for everybody not to agree. Be your individual self is the best way. I ain't never shed a tear of not being myself. Now being somebody else, you will have a lot of fighting going on in your head. Let's go, man. Documenting yourself is definitely a journey, man. Do that. Do it every day if you can. Because you're going to see a lot of growth if you're paying attention. You said I came to real Shabang? Who the hell is Shabang? I don't know who that is, man. You gotta tell me who that is. But continue on. The journey does not stop with one single individual. It's a continuous work. Let's go. This is free right now. You should be documenting. You should be having a path of understanding of building yourself, fighting for the glory, chasing that chicken, building that inner man. You will never have a space of, oh man, I wish I didn't put all that energy and time in myself. I've never heard anyone say that. My morning and evening routines are slightly, you know, they go different, you know. My training methods are becoming so much different from what they used to be. I'm working on instability training where I can control things that are a little bit more unstable and allow myself to, as heavy as I possibly can, and allow myself to fail through it is one of my newest challenges now. So I'm trying to see every movement I could possibly make, let it be like an unstable movement and be able to control my core and my posture in the midst of doing these movements and seeing how my body will have to engage so many other fibers to keep still and keep everything engaged and still keep that pump and still keep on challenging myself, because it's not one way of training. Don't get stuck with just calisthenics. It's a great way to get to a certain level, but don't think it's the end all. There's so many different ways of getting trained and so many different ways of building yourself up. Like, I'm really into these power bands that I've got right now, seeing as much movements in areas that, just in case you don't have, calisthenic equipment, build yourself strong. Strong. That's the mentality, mentally and physically and spiritually. Building yourself strong. I want these bands to show you how to do it the right way, without hurting yourself. Teaching you form, patience, understanding. Learning how to push when you need to push, and learning how to rest when you need to rest. All right? Any goals of doing the planche or planche push-ups? I mean, I've done the planche push-ups. It may not be the ones that everybody else do, but I could do them where basically my legs is up and I'm basically like maybe here. I don't know if the planche stops on here, but I'm like basically like here. I could do push-ups. But I never try to do it for too many reps, because it just takes so much out of all your other exercises. It's really dedicating yourself to just those movements. And I've never been a fan of just sticking to one strong movement. I think it's a great movement to have in arsenal, but it is not going to take up 3 hours of my training either. I got other things I want to work on. I'd rather have bigger legs, more defined legs than just a planche in my way of training. I'm not searching to be like, oh, I'm the planche master. I want to be able to have amazing strength, amazing physique. I'm not spending 3 hours on no planche, which, salute to those who do. I'm not doing it. That's just way too much time. I'd rather do it here and there, 10 minutes there, 10 minutes there. If it adds up, great. If it don't, I want the great physique over all of that shit. I want to make sure that people, there's never a question of, what gym do you work at? That's the question. It's not a question about, hey, do you work out? It's already known. It's what you do to work out. And the physique is always going to look different, because not only do I hit the weights, I can hit I could run, I could jump. I want to make sure I'm athletic at all times. Make sure you're able to move this body, because if you stop, it will break down. You'll see yourself, even when I was just playing around with sprinting. I didn't sprint in a long time. I think maybe even a year. And I could feel the difference of how fast I used to be compared to how I am now. And it's just building that up again. I'd rather that, moving my body, climbing again, holding my body weight up with just my fingers, finding different tools and stimulus of, the regular pull-up bar is amazing, but I've been playing around with different grips to hold and create tension in my fingers. So like, I've been playing around with a lot of the rock climbing instruments and attachments to make my hands stronger, because your grip strength plays a big role in a lot of your pulls, your push, your dips. So I play around with things like that in different elements. It takes 3 to 5 years of working out to reach your genetic potential. If you stop, oh, I didn't see what he said. Potential. If you stop, it's like a video game. You start back to level 1. That's a fact. If you do stop and you allow yourself to get 3 to 5 years off for what you're doing, you starting from level 1 again. And I think it's not necessary to do ice baths. I don't do ice baths because I can't fit my bath. But if I had a big enough tub, definitely every night if it's possible. When I can't get to that, I do ice plunge. When I go to a spa, and I basically do cold plunges. Game changer. If you have inflammation or any sore muscles, go into cold water. Not only is it a mental stimulation, it's just probably something that everybody needs to do. I'm really thinking about this new journey of they have these, I think they call, I don't even know what the name is, where they basically go out to the beach every Sunday, Coney Island in New York. I think it's like a polar bear or something like that. And they go out and run into the cold water. I'm about to join up in that. I need that. At least once a month, I need to lock in with some of those brothers or whatever it is. I just need to, because I think you got to be registered um with the city and things like that. They got to tell you because I think they got to have a lifeguard there as well. But I'm thinking if I could slip in, jump in the water, stay in there for like 5 minutes, come right back out, game changing. Because I love to do it even with the regular cold. I take my shirt off in the winter to make sure I see. I want to make sure I'm able to go through any weather, cold, hot, and whatever. I want to make sure that, but training in the cold and keeping your body warm and not getting sick is probably one of the best feelings ever. Letting your body get used to that cold, fighting through the cold, mentally preparing yourself to anything. But to submerge yourself in cold water while it's cold outside, game changer. You want to build your mentality? Start taking cold plunges. I thought it was just talk. I used to take regular cold showers. That's what's okay, but cold plunge, game changer. It's so different. Cold showers is amazing. Cold showers in the winter is a game changer. Summer is easy, it's hot, but to do it while it's already cold, especially when it's cold in your house, game changer. It really makes you appreciate and how your body basically tries to stay warm. It puts all of your organs as warm as possible here, while all the extremities is basically fighting to get all of the blood back into the fingers. Your mental play on that is going to be game changing. You'll love to see how your body moves in that. I'm fascinated how the mind works when you're freezing. You almost can't really think. You should try it out, definitely, at least one time. Let me see. Cold plunge is definitely. Cold shower is nice. Cold plunge game changer. And then it basically tests out because you think, oh, I could do 5 minutes, and then you get in there, it almost feel like your extremities is gonna fall off because that cold hits different. Years. I've been working out since a kid, but I want to say with consistency and understanding, I say 18, and I'm 35 now. So you do the math. Uh, I love training. I love what it does with the mind. I love, the ending result of, controlling yourself, controlling your emotions, and just being better every day with it. I'm not a master of it. I'm not saying I got all my emotions controlled, but what I was before, I'm so much better now, and I'm continuing to have this challenge, and I'm still building. That's how you become more of yourself. Is continuously working on yourself. Would you do a marathon run for the pain? No, because losing all those calories and coming out skinny, I'm good. I'd rather do something that's going to be more challenging for me. Like, well, a marathon would be challenging. I just don't want to lose the weight because if I run too often, I go under 200 pounds. And at this current place and point in my life, I'm at like 220, and I do not want to go under 200 pounds. And as soon as I get maybe 2 days of continuous running, it's going to happen where I'm going to lose a lot of weight. And I'm not a fan of that if I don't have to. So running a marathon, especially through New York, these dirty streets, never, ever will I ever, unless it was for like, it has to be a cause for me to do that. But I don't see it ever happening where I'm like, yeah, marathon, this is great. No. And then how long it takes you to recover after all of that. Probably don't even want to use your legs anymore. I'm good. Favorite smoothie recipe: pineapples, mangoes, blueberries, um, oats, spinach, agave. Sometimes without the agave, it's still cool. Chia seeds. What else I like to do? Coconut flakes and raisins inside of it. Game changer. Probably my best recipe for a smoothie. Oh, dragon fruit is amazing too. I like dragon fruit if you could get it right. How many eggs is healthy to eat with breakfast? Well, depending on what type of eggs you're eating, I like to have organic eggs. I find them to be a little bit more um, better with the system. Tastes better as well. But everybody's different, depending on your goals. At this current time, I'm eating maybe 5 to 6 eggs at a time. So when I say 5 to 6, I'm doing maybe 2 or 2.5 yolks, and then everything else is whites. So it's I take the white. I'm sorry, I take the yellow, throw it away, and I just have the two yellow. Do you take protein shakes? No, not at this current time. Protein shakes bother my stomach at this current time, so I don't play with anything with any kind of protein shakes. I like to get my protein from food, but if I have to, I try to get beef isolate so it can be a little bit better on my stomach. Collab with Mama Swole. She said she wanted to collab. She said I want to collab with the Sands. I don't know who Mama Swole is, but hit her up. I don't mind. Tell her I'll collab. I don't mind collabing with people. I want to make sure that, if they're on that type of time and they push themselves, let's do it. I just don't feel like I want to be, you know, if I'm training somebody, I want them to understand this is a training session. If you can't keep up, then I'm training you. I've met with people who, oh, I could keep up. Third set in, sometimes the first set, they're like, yeah, so, I used to be. I'm training you at this point. So let's call it what it is. I'm a trainer, so I'm training you, I guess. No, if you got to keep up. And it's not just calisthenics. I'm pretty good at a lot of different things. Definitely tried boxing. I was about to go to Golden Gloves. Definitely like to hit in the bag. I love, you know, pushing myself for cardio. I just got to keep it at a certain limit because if I do too much, which I love to do cardio, I lose too much weight. So I like to maintain at least a 220 physique. Anything less than that, I start to get into like, damn, these clothes don't fit no more. It looks crazy. And then I like myself at a heavier weight at this current time. It may change later on, especially summertime. It slightly goes down because of the calorie burn and the heat. And then I'm really outside all the time training. I probably get 2 or 3 sometimes in the summertime because I love the summer. It's just something about it where I'm able to push myself even more. Um, I enjoy the heat. I enjoy showing the physique that I worked so hard for. And we outside, especially in New York, I'm gonna probably be running all day, shirt off, chasing. I'm gonna have somebody holding the camera on the back of a electric scooter, filming all this content that I got planned. You got what I'm saying? I'm trying to do it big. I'm trying to do something different. There are hybrid athletes like Nick Barra, who look swole and have run 100-mile ultras. That's pretty dope. It depends on his metabolism and his if he's an ectomorph, a mesomorph. A lot of people can run for miles and sustain that. I don't. If I'm not eating at a certain rate, it's over. You're gonna be like, Hakeem, what's going on? You okay? You'd be like, Hakeem, how did you lose 30 pounds in 3 days? Because I'm doing cardio. As soon as I up cardio, I have to be consuming carbs as we run, or I'm going to be out of here. You're going to be like, Hakeem, how did you get down to your birth weight? And it's going to happen like this. You're going to see my face. It's even leaner than it is now. You're going to be like, I don't know if y'all ever seen me with my physique faces. And when you're cutting, you're going to be like this. I look like I'm melting. I look older, actually. I don't know. Don't want to go back to that unless I'm competing for something, but I'm an ectomorph, naturally ectomorph. And for me to keep and maintain this is still 3 or 4 meals. So if I get back to 7, that'd be amazing. But to go less and to do more cardio or to maintain just say 4 meals and do cardio, I'm going to be 180 in maybe 4 days. You said not really. I don't know if you're being serious or not, but just get in touch with maybe a nutrition if you're having issues with that, because I don't know anything about the Dunlap syndrome. I gotta actually Google that. Yeah, I'm a mesomorph. Oh, hitting sets with Tech, having to break the L on the pull-ups. You're a boss in the fitness community. Always salute, salute. Yeah, I remember that video. He was cheating. Tell Tech he was cheating that day. We definitely got to run that back. We're going to definitely run that back. That was a good challenge. I was thinking like 18 when we did that. You said no, thank you. I mean, teach his own. You ain't gonna put on mass or build up all this muscle without eating. It's impossible. Anybody that tell you otherwise, they lie to you. It's not impossible to put on this amount of mass and be an ectomorph. Some people who are mesomorph or endomorphs, they could probably do it with, not having to eat as much. That's not everybody's problem. It's easy for me to maintain staying leaner. It's easier to stay leaner than it is to put on the weight and keep fat. Damn near impossible almost. For me to keep on a certain amount of fat, I gotta sit here and do nothing. I can't burn too much. I mean, at the end of the day, you're burning calories while you sleep. So I damn near have to sip and drink food in the middle of the night to maintain my weight that I have now. And that's on the low end. Imagine if I had to really gain up to the 160. I'm sorry, the 260, the 270. It's committed. And I'm talking, I gotta be on a schedule. I'm talking about if it's not every 2.5 hours on their diet, we talking about a pound being lost. What are some future goals? Some of them I gotta keep to myself until it's actually presented, because you don't want to. Sometimes you gotta hold on to your thoughts until it actually happens, because I got some things in the works. But I hope y'all like the power bands, the Supreme bands. It's coming back. I got these Supreme bands, which are, like I said before, these are the Supreme bands. And you're like, what's the difference from the Supreme bands? The Supreme bands and the power bands. So look at the tubes, right? These are both of them, right? This is the Supreme band, this is the power band. The resistance in this is almost double this. Everything as far as every movement is so much harder with these. You damn near only going to be able to do 5 to 6 reps in these. This right here, you're able to get the pull-ups, the push-ups, the dips. You get way more out of this when you're at the moderate early stages. Now, if you're strong, you've been doing it for a long time, check these ones out. These are available as well. Game changers. You want strength, you want something that could be on the go, no excuses made. These are the Supreme bands. But you don't go wrong with the Supreme bands. You get the power bands, all right? This is a joke, my dude. I just don't like the small belly fat. I'm going to try and gain muscle and lose fat at the same time, though. Tricky because I'm always being skinny. Yeah, I don't know. You're going in too many directions. Try to have one goal. Build muscle, you'll lose the fat. As long as you do that and eat right. And you have to have some dirty meals too, and especially if you're an ectomorph, you're gonna have to get some dirty meals in. You can't just eat clean and think your body's just gonna put on the weight. You gotta throw in some dirty meals too. And when I say dirty, meaning like you get a burger and fries every so often, or a steak, mashed potatoes type things like that. When I say dirty, which is not really dirty, you just need a little bit of a shock to your system with a different calorie intake. I tore my ACLs with a good stretch to get my legs as strong as non-injured leg. Change it. Man, I might have to get some surgery. I don't know what to do with that. I mean, outside of stretching it out, building it, there's some wall exercises that you could do where you're raising your feet so you can build up the strength in your knee. I like to do this other exercise where I tie a band to the power rack or wherever I have that's really stable. Tie the band and put it right behind my knee and just allow myself to have like, all right, so say this is the knee. I'm sorry, act like this is the knee. I put it the band or wrap, and then I'll pull it and keep tension on the knee as I flex it, and allow it to stimulate the strength in the upper portion. I think this is the tibia. You consider this, and you're flexing it and keeping tension and allowing yourself to warm up um, as much as you possibly can with that, and then going into certain movements until you start to feel a lot of blood rush into the knee, and then you'll be able to move a lot better with that knee. The better you warm up, the better your knee moves. What's the best, creatine or whey protein or both? Um, I'd be lying to give you a good creatine or protein. I don't take creatine as of now. I've never really been on consistent with any supplement that consists of like, I take more vitamins than anything else. But I mean, just monitor yourself. I don't really know about, and then the protein, I'll say that Rich Piana 5% protein, that was good. I enjoyed that one. And I think nothing is better than food. Continue to eat the food. Any collab with Brawley Gaines? Possibly in the future. If you're around, we're gonna get it done. Same thing with Goku. They always together. So if Brawley in the room, Goku right there, we're gonna get it done. I'm trying to make sure that anytime I do link up with those fellas, we're gonna get some shit done. It's always a movie. It's always good energy. Just trying to get some of the other people that's in the city. We gotta lock in. I'm gonna see what these dudes, Shredder. I want someone lock in with one of those. I want to rock in with him. See if be doing some content. A couple of other guys. I can't their name. Some of the unknowns too, cause I ain't really into names. I really want to get people who really put in the pain and really push themselves. And I ain't here to care for your name. I want you to be able to train, and you want to go for the glory. The Ripper. I don't know if is that the Ripper, meaning that guy from Miami. I seen him a couple times. We did lock in one time when we went to Miami. I think that was the first time we ever went to Miami. I think it was all of us, me, a couple of show offs, not show offs, the limitations, and then I think Brawley, Goku was there. But we never did a one-on-one video. But we're gonna get there. We're gonna get to there. We gotta fight. I want to start putting more content on these lives too. I want to start working out. We're gonna start locking in. I want to set dates and we all locking in together. And I'm gonna put people on. Just don't do no weird shit, please. Let's stay in a culture of pushing ourselves to be better men. Let's be men nowadays. Hey Akeem, I enjoy your content. I do a lot of push-ups, pull-ups, etc. But my wrist is sore. Any recommendations on how to have sore wrists? All right, you gotta learn how to do it the slow way first. Because you see when I do the crisscrossing and stuff like that, you gotta build on that. You don't just jump into the wind. Like, if you just learn how to swim, do you jump into 10 feet? No, you start off with the, stomach level, build your swimming strength up, build that up. And then as you continue on, you get into deeper waters. So building up slow reps with your wrists, softer material, so you're doing it on a mat or something that has a lot of cushion, and then you work yourself off to harder surfaces, and then after a while, boom, it becomes like you're playing patty cake with your, baby girl. You got it done. Smoking weed isn't beneficial. I don't know. I don't smoke weed. That's not my thing. I'm not really into taking drugs. Now, have I smoked weed before? Yeah, but it's not. I don't like anything to take a hold of me. And how I'm seeing people use drugs now, they look like fiends to me. I don't know. Back when I was seeing it, when drugs was in dime bags and they had the small clip, people were still able to function. These new drugs is everybody trying to get high all the time. I'm not a fan of just getting high. I like my reality. If I want to feel like I want to be out of myself, I go work out. That's a great high for me. That's all I need, and I'm efficient with that, But if that helps you to get along and that's your journey, you need to smoke, do your thing. I rather I would say do what works for you. But if for me, I rather if I'm doing grow it, get it naturally sourced, because a lot of people putting a lot of bull in this weed, and I don't know if it's a good thing, because everybody seemed to be on a path of looking like crackheads. So stay focused and put the energy back into yourself. You don't need the drugs, but if it helps you and you settles your mind, do what you need to do. Don't let me tell you otherwise. Always start small and build your way up. If anything, that's a fact. Slow progression, something small in the beginning, and as you get better, aim high. Definitely hit the like button. I appreciate y'all for showing up on my page. It's late, but y'all still showed up. It's just dope. 53 people in the building, 71 likes. I guess, some people tuned out. Any YouTube goes as far as subs. I need to get that 100,000, babe. But it's just going to take work. I need to get that. I need to make sure that I get higher. I need 1 million. I actually need 1 billion on here, you heard? I need 1 billion followers, but I ain't sacrificing nothing. I'm not buying nothing. I'm not allowing nobody, hey man, I got $50. I'm not allowing nobody to just pitch me some fake followers. If it ain't coming organically, you keep it. You heard? So I'm gonna do it the way that I'm going to do it. If it's not organic, it is what it is. I'd rather have 25 strong individuals who really learn something from me than millions and I don't really know them. They really not following, or as robots. I want the authentic. I want real people that's going to be down for the cause. If I got an event going on, I want people to pop out for me, you heard? And I want them to be consistent and understand my journey and watching these videos and seeing my path and my message that I present. And I'm good with that. It ain't a number thing for me. I'd rather have 25 or 50, if that is the case, of strong people who's learning something and that's getting something out of my messages, because I'm not just saying it just to sound good. I do a little antics with all that chicken but that's cool. That's always been me. I ain't faking nothing. Anybody who knew me back then, I've been saying these words, these words of encouragement. I've been saying that. I used to do it in the gym, shirt off and everything, but now I'm doing it for the computer, doing it for the internet, which is okay too, because I'm only showing who I am and just expanding it. I used to just do this in 161 in the park in the Bronx. Now I'm doing it worldwide, and people who's connected with me see it from other places, and that's great. You know what I'm saying? Don't let those numbers mess you up. They come, they go, whatever it is. I'm here for the long run. I'm pushing myself. I want to do more content with y'all guys. I want to make sure that I'm trying to push out. The goal is to get 10 videos a day. You ever thought about writing a book? That would be different. I might need a lot of help with that one, because to sit down and actually put a story into a timeline would be tough, because that's probably one of the toughest things for me, to probably actually to understand the timeline of when I started to what I went through in those. It's a whole lot of information that I think I gotta really dig deep and find records and resumes of what I was doing at those times to really understand what it was. But the journey still begins. It ends when you say it ends, and continue to fight. So there's a lot of followers. Yeah, I'm out here to be myself, man. Authentically, Akeem Supreme, who I've always been. Not a different. Now, my mentality changed. My understanding of about a lot of things have probably changed, but always been me. Always been consistently me. And I don't know how to be anybody else, so that's why I stick to doing it. Big question. Why are there so many fake people? It's just tough because, some of the people who are weird, and sometimes the people who, shine sometimes or get the spotlight, they fake. You imitating what you see. So you're like, you know what? They did it this way. I need to get the follower. It is what it is. I'm gonna do it. But I don't fall under that cloth. I want to make sure that it's authentic, and I'm trying to push it to be, as real. And I want to make sure that, I'm reaching out. People getting a real message behind it. And not just giving you some shit where you can put yourself in a bad situation. I want something that's going to uplift you, build yourself up, build your inner man, build your inner woman, and have some, self-respect for yourself, man. Being truly you. because it's so easy to be authentically you and let people like that part of you. You know, no matter what, no matter how much money, how many followers, you still continuously be authentically you. Now, to each his own. I don't know about everybody, so I keep just talking about myself. You know, being me, authentically me, showing my greatness, my mindset, my fashion technique, whatever it is, my clothes selection. Everybody got a different style. I'm not here to judge. It's growth in everything that you do. I still got a couple of Jordans. Am I gonna buy any more? Hell no. But I ain't no sneaker collector either. I may have what 12, maybe 13 pair of sneakers. But I ain't about to just be having mad boxes in my house. No, it's not over. It's over for that. Sneakers are to be worn, and I train in all my sneakers as well. I don't know how fake people be faking. I don't know. I just know how to be me, and this is easy. It comes off easy. It rolls off. Anybody who have a conversation with me, we talk one on one, is gonna be like, damn, you exactly who you are in person, and that's what I want to be exactly what I am on the internet to be in real life, authentically me, and be around people who that's like that. And if they're not like that, cool. I learned my lesson, find those people, and you separate yourself from them. But at the end of the day, be you, continue to do what you love, be consistent about it, and that's that. The time the Times Square traffic lights again. I don't know. I gotta probably do that in the summer, man. That was a thing. I don't know. A lot of people didn't really tune into that. Maybe I gotta go live when I do it next time, because I don't think people understand the routine. I did those street lights from 42nd Street to 59th Street. I guess I gotta actually show the imagery of me walking and then see how long or how many blocks that takes to get there and how many scaffolds I hit to get to 59th Street. I don't think people understand the concept and understand that that's real footage. It took damn near almost like 3 hours to do that because we was getting the money, and I had two other people with me that was doing it. It was different. How's it going? 100 times. God bless you, brother. Every time I see your content, I encourage me to be a better version of myself. Keep up the great work. Love and respect. Let's go, Anthony. I appreciate you logging in, watching my shit. You can be anywhere in the world, but you're here watching me. And you're here talking, chopping it up. Let's get in. You're trying to lose 25 pounds of fat and more muscle. I don't think you want to lose the muscle. Just lose the fat, and I think you'll be satisfied with how your physique look. You just got to be consistent and better your diet. Add more vegetables, add more fats, cut down on your carbs, and you'll see a difference. Salute y'all. Make sure you have a good night. One. And make sure you be kind to yourself. You heard? We love to push ourselves, fight for the glory, but make sure that you be kind to yourself and give yourself a little bit of extension. Because I'm sometimes hard on myself and hard on others as well. But being kind on yourself and making sure that you give yourself a time stamp and making sure that you said what you're going to do and do it. My city tap water turned my black shirts white. All right, yeah, have a good night, y'all. Y'all getting a little sleepy in here. Stay up, all right?